All right, good morning, Play Pilates staff. Shona coming at you from the studio. So I'm going to be giving a little bit of a tutorial on props. And then I'll film a little video. I'll smush it all together for us. So right now in the razzle dazzle world of Instagram and TikTok and wherever else things are, a lot of Pilates classes are showing most repertoire with the use of props. It's not wrong, it's not right though. So let's be mindful that in Pilates repertoire, it is unnecessary to use props. However, we are living in a contemporary time frame in Pilates. You know, you see on TikTok, and studios, they'll give you a ball and a bell and a whistle and a weight and a whip and a chain. And again, it's not wrong. I just want us to understand the why and how to use it appropriately and how to use it in safety, right? Because if you have a client that is not able to demonstrate control and they haven't hit that checkpoint, and you give them a prop, now you've just increased the lack of control with instability and someone's gonna get hurt. So today's little tutorial, today's little lecture is going to be on props and prop usage. So the first prop that gets introduced is the dowel. So when you are working with clients and you've seen them for a bit, the first prop you introduce is dowel. Once they've mastered the dowel, you move on to ring. Once they've mastered the ring, that is when you can introduce weights and ball and resistance bands. So some of you might be like, what? I didn't understand that there was an order. There is. Now listen, if you haven't followed it, cool. It doesn't matter. I just want to give you the education piece so you understand the why, right? So the dowel will give no feedback other than the lines. You'll see in the video. What does that mean? The dowel, it doesn't bend or press or pull, right? So it's not going to give any biofeedback right away. It's also not going to indent, concave, or convex. It's just going to stay its shape, right? And we need that because they need to feel the ripping apart of the dowel to knit the ribs together. It's opposition. They rip the dowel, knit the ribs. And the interesting thing about the dowel is that technically it's the only piece of classical prop. Every other prop isn't classical. Ring is debatable. Not that we all have to be classical. I'm just giving you education. I'm just giving you history, right? So where do we introduce the dowel? Well, so the first place to introduce the dowel is in footwork or the 100. In footwork, you would thread your dowel in the big straps. You could be on a red and a yellow or a red and a blue. Toe position, heels together, toes apart, focusing on drawing straight in and out. Then without touching, they move their arches to the dowel in and out. Then they might need help touching, take their heels to the dowel, toes are dorsal flexed, and oh, see, that wasn't a good one, in and out. I'm on too light of a spring load. I'm only on one red to demo, right? No tendon stretch. Then they can take the dowel, getting ready for their 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Or they can just hold the dowel. Then you can go thighs to sky, thigh to sky, thigh to sky. Take the dowel, catch the feet. Then you can go into a series. Legs up, lengthen over, bend the knees. You can go into bicycles, right? Or you can even do a little cat and mouse where they hold the dowel, they curl up higher, they reach away, they can do their 100 here. This is excellent introduction of the first prop. I'm going to explain it more and piece this all together. That was good. That was good, good, good. Mwah. When you are working with a prop and you're introducing dowel first, In our classes, we go from footwork to the 100, so introduce the dowel in footwork or the 100 or both. I'd suggest, I mean, that was one red spring in the video, way too light for me, right? But for some clients, that will feel weird. So I suggest a red and a yellow, at best a red and a blue, not two reds on these contemporary machines, and definitely not on the classical, right? I would do a red and a white or a red and a blue, not on a stot, you know, a Marathon. So when they're working with the dowel, it's like airplane board. You want it to push out straight and pull in straight. Toes, arches, heels. You can do the 100 handheld with the dowel. You can do the 100 with feet and using the hands to pump. It just gives length. Remember that a prop is an extender. So just like girls can get hair extensions to make their hair look more beautiful, maybe I need them, I don't know, what do you think? My hair is what it is, guys. This Swedish kind of strawy hair, right? The prop is an extender of the spinal shape and the appendage it's working with. So if they have their hands, they're not gripping, thumb hook, fingers reaching. If they have their feet, it's the extension of their legs. It also works as a training wheel for them to feel into length. So that's the first prop, and we're gonna take a look at how to introduce other props moving forward, but that is the first prop, and I hope this helps. Mwah. Props on the performer. Summer 2025, baby, love it.